How about this? We're late to our own live. Okay,
Yay.
hi.
I love it when that happens.
Technical difficulties. Hi, this is Gillian. We're live once again on another Tuesday. I got an awesome rock star in the house today, the LinkedIn guru. Woo! 40,000 followers and counting, Jeff. It's absolute happy dance. Like, that's just awesome. It's just awesome. So today we're talking about to Jiff or not to Jiff. That is the question. And we're going to start off with, is it Jiff or GIF? What do you think? What do you think?
Go. Well, put in the comments which one you think it is, okay? J or G.
Okay.
Actually, to tell you the truth, I did a little research on this. I mean, you being the Google goddess, you've probably done this before, Gillian. But
I did.
Exactly. So actually, if you look it up, the Oxford English Dictionary says that both of the pronunciations are correct. You can pronounce it either way, okay? Now, the little bit of a history lesson here, very briefly, okay? The gentleman who invented these things invented them in 1987, okay? Gifs, GIFs, whatever you want to call them, okay? In 1987, his name was Steve Wilhite. He invented them while working for a company called CompuServe. Boy, am I showing my age on that one.
That's like before AOL, America Online, right?
AOL bought CompuServe, okay? And guess where CompuServe was headquartered?
I'm thinking near you.
Columbus, Ohio. Right down the street from me, as a matter of fact, okay? So it all fits that I would actually use these things right now. In terms of pronunciation, I know you prefer Jiff, okay? I prefer GIF, but I can tell you why, okay? Because you don't pronounce your name Gillian.
No, of course not. It's British.
Exactly. So your G is a J, okay? But I'm kind of fond of the word guru. So I pronounce them gifts. And so the point being is that whatever floats your boat, it's okay. You can pronounce it either way you want to. And
okay, pop quiz. What does Jiff stand for?
There we go. Anybody want to? You want to give a prize for somebody who can actually? Here's another reason why I pronounce it with the hard G. Well, no. Here's another reason why I pronounce it with the hard G. Okay, because GIF, okay, stands for Graphic Interchange File. Okay, and that's how it was created as an interchanging graphics and making and they became really popular once websites took off, and of course social media. People love them on social media, which is why I love them on social media. Okay, so it actually stands for Graphic Interchange File, GIF. Okay, and so that's another reason why I pronounce it GIF. Okay, but if you like peanut butter, that's cool. I mean, go with GIF.
Choosy mothers choose GIF.
Well, you may be a choosy mother. I would not want to be referred to as a choosy mother. Thank you very much.
It almost sounds like a swear. Oh, get away, you choosy mother, you.
Okay.
I love it. Okay, so you are the LinkedIn guru. Got to put that "the" in there. The or the. Now we can get into a whole debate of the or the. But anyways, you are the LinkedIn guru. We're going to use the American pronunciation. And you're all about GIFs. I'm going to call them GIFs. You can call them GIFs. And we'll just kind of go back and forth bouncing. So let's talk about all the places you can actually use GIFs on LinkedIn.
Well, I mentioned websites. I mentioned social media. Obviously, any Facebook, any whatever. They're just a file. They're nothing more than a file that you can go grab and upload. Okay, and so you can use them everywhere. I particularly use them on comments. Okay, on comments, and I don't do Facebook, so it's comments on LinkedIn. And one of the reasons, believe me, I'm not your graphically oriented guy. Okay, remember knowing me, Gillian, you know that I was an IT geek for 35 years, and being an IT geek, I'm pretty left-brained. Okay, and left-brained is not graphic, by the way. So I've kind of had to force myself to get into the mode of using them. But when I started using them, it really kind of took off all on its own. So using them there really made a big deal, and it's now become a part of my brand. I mean, Jane Jackson, I think, or called me Jiffy Jeff. Okay. Yeah, yeah. And I think Stella Da Silva called me the gift guru or something
That's
along
right.
that line.
Or it might have been Paula Goodman.
Oh, it might have been Paula Goodman. That's
Paula
right.
Goodman. That she.
Shout out to Paula. Okay, so point being is that, you know, I've now become known for these things. Now, I think they're really cool. And I got to tell you that I saw in the comments that somebody said, you know, you can have too much of a good thing. And it's really true. You can. Okay.
True.
So I use them pretty much exclusively on comments, although I do put them in my posts because and I do put them in my articles. You can put them in articles. You can put them in your newsletter. You can put them in articles. You know, any place you can put a graphic, you can put a GIF. Okay. Now, one of the big reasons that I think it's really helped me out from a branding standpoint is because it gets noticed. It doesn't, exactly. It just doesn't sit there and go, it goes, hey.
Right. Bounces up and down.
Yeah. Depending, you know, and oh, by the way, you can build your own. I mean, if you go out and look up Create a GIF, there's lots of free programs that will allow you to build your own if you want to. But I've never found it really necessary to do that because I find all of mine out on the web.
Yeah.
It's so easy to find.
Yes. And I think it's kind of neat. Like I've never actually started doing that, but it's kind of something that I thought really blended with video would be like the next step that like you might want to have, you know, if you think about it, you could not only build your own GIF, but then you could upload it to these GIFs websites and people could be using you know, in their comments. So that's kind of something to think about, that you could be using this for your brand. And there are companies out there that are seeing this as kind of like this untapped market. It's like, well, why don't we just share me going, you know, back and forth? And
yeah, you can. And any picture you want, you can actually create into a GIF. By the way, I got to correct myself. I apologize. So now, yes, you were the Jiffy Jeff. Okay. She just did that earlier. And I'm sorry, I didn't remember. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that.
That's good.
You call me anything you want, as long as it gets noticed. And again, that I think that's part of it. That's part of the brand, is to be noticed. That's part of look at it in terms of when somebody is actually taking the time to scan a list of comments. Okay. Those graphics of any sort pop out. Okay,
right.
so
that's why we use the Bitmojis too, because it's just a way of like, oh, every time they see your little Jeff Bitmoji all over with the namaste or the Superman, it just reinforces, oh, that guy, you know, and that's all you want to do is people to just go, oh, it's her again. She's the one with the little meme, you know, she's the one with the little Gillian Bitmo everywhere with the curly hair. It's the same thing. And I think the Bitmojis and the GIFs, it's just a way for you to kind of rise above the noise. Scroll stop.
And again, all of those things, Bitmojis, emojis, okay, GIFs, you know, are all attention getters, but don't be such an attention getter that that's all anybody ever sees. Okay?
No.
Well,
you wouldn't want that to be your sole form of content. Like, oh, it's like day after day, they're just doing, you know, the latest Game of Thrones GIF. You know, it's like, oh, do they have any valuable content? But I think it could reinforce points. It's good in comments. It's excellent in DMs when you're talking with people, because sometimes this is really fun, and we're going to show that in a second how to do that. And you know, it's just a really fun way. Like, you're always sending me good morning, and I send you little Yoda things with the coffee cups, and it's a fun way to start your morning. And I think it's a way of bringing some personality into a very professional, you know, LinkedIn is a professional, serious platform, but obviously LinkedIn is endorsing it because I believe that they either bought Tenor or aligned with Tenor, but Tenor, Tenor, that is the LinkedIn's choice platform because they've integrated it within LinkedIn. You can use other programs too, but then you got to upload them, you know, and always the one thing that throws people is GIFs are a graphic. They are not a video. So a lot of people have said, well, I made a GIF and I went to upload it as a video and it didn't upload. Well, because it's not a video. It's actually a series of pictures. Like when you're kids and you have those like little flip books.
Yep.
That's what a GIF is. It's
Yeah,
just,
exactly. Well, and as I've said, it's a file, so it does not have an MP4 or a MOV or whatever kind of extension. It has an extension all its own, GIF. Okay, so
exactly.
yep,
Exactly.
and there are lots of other graphic files. There's PNG and there's JPEG, and and the difference in between a GIF and all those is that that's the only one that moves. That's the only one that moves. Now, again, I think that I want to stress that point though that you mentioned before. It adds to a comment. It's an addendum to a comment. It should relate to the comment. Just putting a graphic for the sake of the graphic is something I never do.
No.
Okay. There's one that I put out there on several different places, and I talk about it all the time. And the one that is really two of my 3 C's: content is king, and context is King Kong. Exactly. That I use that one all the time because it just illustrates the point, right? So it should have a context when you're trying to use it. And again, it's one of those things where overusing it is probably detrimental as opposed to
because we don't really want to do too much of one thing for anything. That's why, like, if you were the person that did polls every day, after about 4 days, we get sick of you and we just scroll on by. So it's like you have to vary your content, and a GIF is just another form of content. So occasionally, I've done some GIF posts, but a lot of times I go into Canva and I take a graphic and I add moving elements, and then I save it out of Canva as a GIF. So it's kind of personalized, and then I upload it to LinkedIn, and it's kind of like, it's an eye candy. You kind of like, oh, what's happening there? Jillian's flying across the screen.
You did an excellent job of taking several that I had used in the past that I passed along to you, and you did, in the explainer video that you created for me, you did a great job of putting them in there, and also in the cover story video that you did for me. By the way, if anybody, in case anybody doesn't know, by the way, Gillian is the video queen. Okay, so she did these kind of things, and you did such a good job of making them all fit together. I mean, that's the whole point. They have a purpose because they fit together. They tell a story, which, by the way, is exactly what you want to do, whether you're DMing somebody or whether you're doing a post. Is that you want that graphic to be a part of telling the story. It has to be, it has to be a part of it. I've got a friend who publishes articles all the time, or newsletters all the time on LinkedIn, and the point is that he puts an unrelated graphic at the top of it. Now he does that on purpose because he wants people to look at that article and read the caption of the article to get the joke, because he puts a hidden little joke in every single one of them. Okay. Oh. Yeah. See, I figured him out, so I'm the only one who notices it.
Who is it?
It's Bruce Johnston.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I'm subscribed to his newsletter, so I don't know. I didn't catch that, so I'm going to go back.
He just put out a newsletter, I think, this morning, which I sent something to him, and he used an Egyptian picture that had an eye on it, and he's talking about searching, right? And it has a searching, and it's a graphic that also has on either side of the eye, it had 2 ducks. Okay, so he said something in the caption, and it says, "This is a really good way to search. See, even Egyptians searched for ducks." Okay.
I can see them Googling on like tablets.
Yeah. What? Did Ramses really look at ducks? No, I doubt it. But anyway. So
that's good. Okay. So what do you think we should do now? Should we go to the demo, or should we go to the comments? Should we do some comments and then go to the demo? What do you think?
It's up to you. I think there have been enough comments. There's no questions, but please let's say hello to some of the folks.
Let's do some comments. Okay, so we've got yay, good morning, Gillian and Jeff and Jiff. I love it. Okay, so we got. I'll have to tally these up later. Okay, hi, Gillian, Whitney, and Jeff. I prefer Jiff, like Jiffy. I like it. In a jiffy. Choosing.
Jiffy.
Choosing people choose Jiff. I remember CompuServe. Like really, this is like, she's in our club. She's
Bless you.
I remember you used to get those like discs on the back of a magazine. Get online with a disc and it would be on your magazines. Okay. Hey, definitely a soft G for me.
Everybody's saying soft G.
Yeah, you're out of it. You're out of it, Jeff. Sorry, you've been out. Gifs have helped Jeff stand out on LinkedIn. That and namaste.
And namaste, plus a couple emojis that go along with that as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because you never see a namaste without those emojis.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nope, that was me.
I saw that.
Jiffy Jeff is, or in a Jiffy, maybe
Sorry,
Paula called you something. I think it was like the Jiff guru. Maybe that was, that was. We got a picture up.
Yay!
Yay. And that was thanks to Jeff, because Jeff, actually, you need to do a post on that, Jeff, about how to make sure your picture shows up, because this was a big deal and she's been tried forever.
Yeah. This
Trustworthy
stuff. Yeah.
We just love seeing her picture. Trustworthy, Jeff Young, and a person you can always count on. P.S. Let's test this advice about my profile picture.
It's working.
Yay!
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, great thought, Gillian, creating GIFs. Yeah, I think I could probably do like a whole workshop on that. I'll have to think that through.
Yeah.
I think
that would be a video you could easily do. Yeah.
Yeah, that would really be good. Yay! Happy days. So sad. It seems you can't add GIFs on LinkedIn Live as part of a comment. That is true, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, just
in the LinkedIn Live itself, you cannot. If you are outside of the LinkedIn Live on the actual post, which there's a way to do that, okay, then you can actually add any graphic you want, which
we did before the LinkedIn Live. There's lots of GIFs in this comment stream because we had whole Bugs Bunny GIF.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I like that one. Yeah.
Golden Gillian, saving in Canva as a GIF. Never would have thought of that. Yeah, Canva's just like.
Yeah,
I think we should all just like have Canva shows. You know, Canva can do so much.
We're being an equal opportunity here. Golden Gillian, see, hard G, soft G, it works.
LinkedIn reinforces individuality and personal branding. I love how we are using our own styles to communicate values, and Jeff Young's are GIFs and they suit his character perfectly. And it's true. It's true because I think your GIFs do bring out, like, it's showing what you like. So you're putting out there, you know, like we're not probably going to use GIFs that like I don't know who this person is, or I don't understand this, or this is kind of rude. This is not how I would do I would never swear. I don't swear. I never swear in posts. I don't even pretend to swear, you know, like making an acronym. I just don't like to swear. It's not my brand. It's not my brand. So, but like using GIFs, you know, I like the Oprah one, you know, like you get a this and you get a this, and she's shouting, you know, those are kind of fun, and all the Star Wars stuff. And it's like the Star Trek stuff. Well, if you don't like that stuff, you wouldn't pick that GIF, right?
Well, you know, yeah. I mean, how cool is it to not only see Spock saying "Live long and prosper," but to see him do this at the same time? Yes. You know, I'm sorry, I'm a geek. I love it. I love it.
We love Spock.
I can't help it. And honestly, you know, it's a really good communication vehicle. You and I think me and here's the disclaimer. We can't do a LinkedIn Live without mentioning John Esperian. Okay.
Of course.
So bingo, check that one out. John Esperian has been shouted out to. Okay. And he and I have had conversations that are nothing but gifts. Mm-hmm. This gift says something, this gift says something, you know, and the words are on them as well sometimes. So it all works. Okay.
Yeah, true. And yet it's interesting because he doesn't actually post a lot. He doesn't post a lot of GIFs. Like he posts things with, you know, Bitmoji John. Of course, he's his like little alter ego. So he shows up everywhere. He does a lot of video posts, but I actually haven't seen him do a lot of GIFs. So
he does with me because he knows that's the way to communicate with me. See, I mean, that's just John being relentlessly helpful. He's communicating in the way that I like to communicate.
That's nice.
Well, exactly. That's being very, very, you know, very, very helpful, for lack of a better term. I mean, he's just trying to make sure that I understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. And yes, that's a good idea. I'm going to have to think about doing a Jiffy. I'll do it in a Jiffy. A Jiffy.
Oh.
Okay, so she says, you mean we can add GIFs as part of the comment before or after the LinkedIn Live? Yes. So afterwards, we'll go and add one just as a test so that you can see. It's just during the actual live stream itself, I think they disable those kind of comments. So it's kind of handled within the live stream platform.
It's a matter of where you're doing it. again, if you're commenting here and you are in the live, it will not allow anything but emojis. Okay,
Right.
but if you were actually out on the activity feed and being able to comment on the activity feed at the same time, that comment would actually show up here without a GIF, even though you added one. I've done it.
Okay.
So it still doesn't work until afterwards because nobody can see it until the comments are there afterwards. It's only
that makes sense.
It's only the comments on the post feed.
Yep. So that's good to know. That's good to know. And and also too, I have to kind of go back and figure out the whole thing with articles, because do you just add it as a graphic and it shows up in the? Can you put it in the header of an article or just within the body?
Yeah, you can. You can make. I've got articles that have a GIF as the hero graphic is what it's called. I think, and then you can include them wherever you would put any other image, any other graphic.
And probably the only thing that people need to kind of be aware of is that if a GIF is small, if it's blown up as a, like when it's in the comments, it's small. But when you put it as the header in an article or even a LinkedIn post, it could look blurry and grainy. So you have to kind of, you can always right click and see what's the size of the GIF in terms of the pixel and dimensions. And I'm sorry, that's getting probably way too technical, but just know that sometimes they're made on purpose to be very small for commenting, and they don't necessarily look so good if you make it your main thing.
Yeah,
right?
That's exactly right. But they are a graphic file, so they do have dimensions. And and any graphic file, when you blow it up too large, it gets grainy and fuzzy. So
yes, and they can get big. So you have to kind of, especially if you go to Canva and you start making your own, you got to be really careful because they can get too big. And and also too, you can't add sound. Once you add sound to a GIF, it's a video.
Yeah, well, and that's a good point as well, Gillian. I have actually gone out and grabbed GIFs and tried to use them inside of LinkedIn as a comment. But if I've gotten them from Google, they may actually sometimes be too big to put to fit in there. Okay, and they just won't upload. So you want to show them how we find them?
Yes. So let's do that. So I'm going to share my screen. So let me take that off. Okay. So we're going to share the screen and share screen. And I'm going to do window. And I'm going to choose this window. I think that's the right one. Okay. I think I'm good.
All right. You're up. Yep. And you're in the messages. Make sure you bring me up. Yeah, that's me right there.
Yep. Okay. So walk me through it, Jeff.
All right. So if you scroll down just a little bit farther on the screen, these folks should be able to see. I don't see it. Oh, click and write a message. Where's the? I don't see it. Where is it? Is it because you've got me?
Is it not? Oh, you know what? Maybe I got to turn off the banner. Let me turn off the banner.
Oh, so it will show. There it is. Thank you. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I was gonna say I don't see it. There it is. Oh, okay. All right. So I go to the message function, in order to find this, because it's a really easy way of finding any GIF you want. But be very careful, because when you click on GIF now, see down at the bottom, you can upload a picture, you can attach a file. Click on the word GIF, and when you do, it's going to bring up a list of GIFs. But now you can actually search for a particular GIF. So if you use any search criteria you want, you could say the word great, you can say the word Superman, yes, of course, and scroll down just a little ways now on that Superman. And if you find one that you like, so you could have Superman saying, "I am here, baby." Whoop, a little bit farther. There it is.
Okay, this one?
That one right there. Now, the point is, do not left click on it, What you have to end up doing is with your mouse, right mouse click on it. And when you right mouse click on it, and we tested this and this didn't quite work, but if you right mouse click on it, what you should see is a context menu pop up. And you may see it, and we don't.
I see it. So it's gonna. What you're looking for when you right mouse click is save image as. Right. So
you save that image as, give it a name, put it on your cloud drive, put it on wherever you can find it again, and then you can come back and you can use it anywhere else you want.
Now I just happened to pop that in. Okay, why did that not show up? That's kind of weird.
You did click it?
Yeah, I clicked it by mistake because I got twitchy finger.
You left clicked it by mistake?
Oh, it came up. You had like a message, your holiday message. So here it is.
That's right. You
Here it
can't,
is.
that's your message, and then my away message actually.
Yeah. So let me go back again. So I'm going to do Superman. And so basically it was to right click
Pick
it
anyone you want.
and then save image as.
Save image as.
And then
that what that does now, that's got a blank screen here as well, because what that did was open up a window where you're about to save it to someplace.
And I can give it a name. So it's actually pulling out tenor, because that's the people that supply it. So you wouldn't want to have every GIF called tenor, because you want to save these. If you like these, you save them on your computer. You could put them in a folder. And that's what I do, Jeff. I hope you do that too. Of the GIFs that you like to use over and over again, just save a little folder on your desktop that says GIFs. And then I could call this Superman on my way. Yep, and then when I need it again, I got it.
And then when you actually go to add it someplace else, you can actually search inside of that little folder, wherever you have, for any word that matches to it, which is how I also come up with and get the stuff that I want really quickly. So if I want to say the word great, I just go, this is elsewhere. This is not in here. This is wherever I want to add the GIF. I drop it. I click on the icon. So go out to your homepage feed, for example.
Okay.
Okay, so now if you were starting a post, you click photo and you download one of these things. So basically,
now I can select it.
Select
so
image to share, and if you already have it, you can search for it if it doesn't pop up. But there it is. See?
Is everybody seeing it?
That GIF will now be the start of your post, and then you can start putting the actual text to your post in there.
So there it is. There it is. Easy peasy. And that was a pretty small GIF, and it's not too bad. It's not too blurry. So and if it's going to be blurry, you'll see it right here, and you'd stop and you'd say, oh, that looks awful. I better go back and get a different one. So that's good to know. So here's how you actually make that GIF and put it in a post. Let's show how to do it as a comment. So I'm just going to cancel that. So I'll discard that, and I'm just going to go to you, Jeff.
Okay.
And I'll just pick up your last post that you did, and I'll just go ahead.
That LinkedIn. Yep, that's the last post I did.
So here's an example of this is a GIF, right?
Yeah, I put a GIF. That's right. That's a basic. It's not a picture of GIF, but it's just an animated GIF that has the envelope, etc. So that was all created by somebody.
So if I wanted to say, hey, this is cool. Now I want to add the GIF. I'm just going to click on this.
Exactly.
I'll go back here.
Find a file, whatever file it is that you want, and there it is. And when you click post, it's done. It's that easy. And people wonder how I do this all the time, but it's that simple. I just look one up. I click that button. I look one up really quickly. I grab one that has the right context again, right? And once it's got the right context, you just drop it in there, and now you can see that shows up a little bit more on the comments than anything else. And there probably are more, because I've replied to some. As you scroll down, if you scroll down, you'll see my comments that will show you where I put the GIFs in there as well.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's good. Oh, look, and here we are live. Isn't that weird? That's so meta. Let's stop that, or it'll hurt our heads. Okay, so I'll stop sharing. So that's easy. That really is easy. So Jeff, tell us about how you're storing your GIFs. Are you just putting them in one big bucket, or do you what do you do?
I put all of the GIFs in one big bucket. I do keep a separate folder for my Bitmojis. Okay.
Me too.
But the cool part of that is that the Bitmoji folder is a subfolder of the top one. Okay. And so when I go searching in the top one for anything that I want, it shows me the Bitmojis at the same time. So that's so cool. It makes it so easy for me to find anything I want. Okay. And so
you could almost have a folder called comments, and it includes your Bitmojis, and it includes your GIFs, everything.
Yeah, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The library just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think now, I'm pretty sure I have around 3,000 different images. I've been doing this a while. I mean, when you go out and you find something new and you want to use it, from here to there, but that means that I've stopped searching a lot anymore, other than on my own, on my own PC, because of the fact that I can pretty much find whatever I want when I go out there. It's, again, the key is what you just said earlier, though, Gillian. Okay, it's finding the right thing to call it, so that you can call it up for the right instance. Okay?
Yeah, just don't call it 10 or 1, 10 or 2. 10, it doesn't mean anything. So I saved that one as Superman on my way, and I put dashes in, and then that was fine.
Yeah, it would show up if you search for Superman. It would show up on my way, okay, etc. And no matter what you do, and I've actually created categories of these things. I got a whole bunch of them that are related to the word idea, okay, and I've got a whole bunch of them that are related to, funny how that would happen, Star Trek, duh, okay, or something along those lines. So it just keeps them all organized for me, and there's where the left brainer comes in. Okay, the right brainer that I've tried to become tries to use a GIF when I can, but the left brainer says, if you're going to do this, pal, you better keep them organized, because I'm going to beat you up if you don't.
Exactly. I love it. So let's see, how are we doing for time? So we probably should wrap up now. So any final comments? We showed that this was really easy, and it's so nice, like all the time. You and I were always chatting in the DMs. I don't think like a couple days go by that we don't like, hey, what's doing? And we talked yesterday. We were on a Zoom call, so it's just like we're together all the time. But it's just so fun when I'll just type in good morning, or I type in the word coffee, and there's so many different ones to choose from, and I just click and it's in the DM. Like, that's the easiest part, is the DMs. And even if all you do is use GIFs to communicate as part of your chatting with other people, it's just a fun way that when somebody opens up their DMs, it's so much nicer than just, you get those horrid in-mails like, hi, I'm trying to sell you on this, and then you get somebody's and it's like little Yoda drinking a cup of coffee, and it's like, I'd rather open that one.
How cute is that, right? My only final comment is that I don't think we said this up front. Look, I love it. Gillian loves it. Okay. If you don't like it, don't do it. It has to fit your style. I mean, it has to be something that you shouldn't have to force yourself to do. So if this fits your style, go with it. I mean, it's just another way of expressing yourself. And I have found that it's a wonderful way to express myself, because it brings a lot of people back at me saying that made me smile.
Yes.
That's what I'm after. That's what I'm after when I use them.
And I think that a lot of people, they thought it was complicated. Like, oh, I have to go to another website, and I have to get it out of the other website, and I've got to download it and bring it over here. And then it's like, I don't even know what post I'm going to put this on now. So by knowing that it's all within LinkedIn, and of course you can do external GIFs like I do from Canva and all sorts of things like that. But just knowing this is built right into LinkedIn, it's so easy. So for anybody who said, I'd love to do this if I just knew how, now you do.
Absolutely.
That's good. Okay, so we got one final comment. So let's just do this final comment. And I think it was Jane. Thanks. That was really helpful. So that's a great note to end it on. So it was fun today. Jeff, thank you so much for coming on the show. You are now the GIF guru, the LinkedIn guru. We're going to just have like a t-shirts or something. I don't know how I'm ever going to get that one to fly, because GIF guru is, honestly, it's hard to say. It is. And then we'd have to see, is it GIF? Guru.
I'm GIF Jeff, but I'm GIF guru.
It's too hard.
Whatever.
We'll just leave it at namaste.
That's a great idea. Thank you so much, Gillian. I've enjoyed myself as always when I'm speaking with you. Namaste, and thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next